What's up, traders? 5 total trades today, 4 of them for real. One was kind of an accident. We'll talk about it. Let's get to it. All right, so I'm not going to do the live trades today, sorry, but they were just some boring trades. We're just going to go over them. Also, on the first 2 that I took, I broke my rules, and it was kind of annoying. So technically, I broke my rules on 3 of them, all on TSM. But yeah, we'll just jump into it here. TSM was a nice move. Had it up on the 5-minute, broke it down to the 2-minute. I really liked it. There was a key area on the daily here at 83.30, but it just seemed like it was done. So I took the 2-minute trigger here, and we ended up being wrong. So I told myself today I wasn't going to take anything less than the 5-minute triggers, and I did and failed. We got the move right up to that daily resistance. At this point, I was like, man, this is nice. It's right to that daily resistance. I don't want to miss this move back down. And this was just a pure me trying to play the front side. I waited for it to make a top as it was coming back down. I hit it. As you can see, we were right for a little bit there. We got our entry at 46, came all the way down there to 25, but then ultimately bounced and went back up to high of day. So a little bit mad at myself. This one, if we do click over to the 5 minutes real quick, you'll see really quick that this wasn't a horrible entry. But obviously the entry would have been below this candle here of 83.25, and we actually ended up getting in at 83.62. So we got in considerably earlier than we should have, but down here I'm not even sure if I would have been interested in the trade because the risk reward wasn't that great. But my premise here, I had the 5-minute chart up when I took this trade, was that this was almost like a fake out breakout, right? We made the resistance here at 83.70, came back down to 83.25, went all the way up there to 84, came back down, and as we came back into this range of 83.70, that was the trade. That was what prompted me to take this trade. Was we came back down into this range. The odds are might not want to go higher, but the premise was if we get down and test this 83.25 area again, and we start to go higher, I was going to just exit break even. That was the trade idea. Either I was wrong altogether, and it just right when we jumped in, it went high of day. Okay, we're out. If it comes down, test that same area, use the support again, and tries to come back higher, we'll just get out break even. Or we get what actually happened, and that was a move finally to the downside. And I don't dislike this trade idea. It's more of the fake out breakout type. These first 2 trades were just not good trades. It's not what I should be doing. Yeah, so just upset with myself with the first 2 trades on TSM, because today could have been a lot better had we had not taken those 2 trades. And also, another thing I've been leaning towards is trying not to put my stops where everyone else is putting their stops. How many times do I keep doing this where I see a clear pivot, a clear level right here above this 83.06, 83.05, 83.02. So I put my stop right there at 83.08, giving it a couple cents over all 3 of those 5-minute candles. And sure enough, it comes up 83.09. 83.09 is the top. Top ticks us by 1 penny, and then this thing continues down lower. All I had to do was just keep my stop, up at break even, just wherever. Just stop putting it at the most obvious points. If it wants to come up, maybe even just above like that key level on the daily where it was previously used. That's actually where I put it earlier in the trade. I want to say it was like as these candles were forming, that's actually where I had the stop, because it used the support, uses resistance here, and that was why I'd put it there, and I should have just kept it there, and we'd still be in this trade. Because we would have been trying to let this go and fade for the rest of the day. But anyways, okay, that was TSM. Over to our other trade, which was on JPM, and this was just a 5-minute setup. It decided to go. I don't think there was anything on the daily for this one. Nah, yeah, it was kind of in like a choppy area, but it was a nice extension. We got that pop in volume here on the 10.05 candle, which is this candle. Obviously not as big as this first candle, but it was bigger than all the rest. And so when we started to come back down, we took the 5-minute trigger here at 97.93. Our entry was at actually 97.94. I clicked it when I saw 97.92, but it popped back up and gave us 94. So we got a 2-cent buffer there a little bit. But as you can see, it consolidated right here at 98, and then ultimately came down and gave us a nice little drop. We took 50% 50% of this move here from the breakout here to up there, and then it decided to come down, touch VWAP, and it just previous resistance as well as VWAP. We just knew that we were going to get some kind of a bounce. It's very rare that you wouldn't get a bounce here, and so we took the rest off there. So that was actually a pretty good cover. And the last trade we took, PBYI, which just happened not too long ago, we saw this halt, and we actually loaded up just 10 shares because we pulled up the daily, and there were some pretty obvious lines here. We had one at 13.77 and one at 15, and I said, okay, out of the halt, if this thing wants to continue up to the those key areas, we'd be interested. And it actually opened up down, I think under 12. Let's see, it opened up at 11.81 and then shot right up to the high of 12.90. And not sure why the montage is still on GPU. I think because I clicked on the chart when I typed it. But yeah, it jumped up to 12.90 and it just shot down. And I was watching it. I was like, okay, I'm done with it. And I don't even think I was watching it when I did this, but I don't know where my mouse was. Obviously, it was on the buy button, but I had 10 shares loaded, and I had it all the way up at 13 something. I don't even know what it was, but it was like way up there because I was expecting the move to go higher, and I hit the button by accident. I think anybody that knows me at this point knows that I would never take this trade. And of course, it happened as, like, I think if we go to the 1 minute, you'll see it even better. It literally happened as this thing was bouncing. I couldn't have hit it like down here by accident, and I actually would have made some money. But no, I had to hit it right at the top of this little move. And well, I realized it right away because I heard the cha-ching sound, the cash register sound, and I was like, whoa, what was that? What was that? And I'm like looking over here, I'm like, PBYI, what? And then so I look up at my chart and I'm like, what happened here? And I see I'm only in 10 shares. I'm like, okay, this isn't that bad. I look at the chart and I'm like, okay, wait a minute, this actually could break through 12 and maybe extend. And I'm like, all right, we'll give it a sec. And then I saw it bounced off 1150. VWAP was right there. I was like, all right, well, we'll just use that as a stop. It's only 10 shares. I figured right there. I did the math real quick. I was like, it's like $4 or $5, and we're looking to maybe make like $10, right? And maybe even more if this wants to actually go. And I was like, I'm already in it. If I just stop out, because it literally shot right back down to 1166, I'm like, well, we're already here. I might as well just give it a little bit of breathing room, and if it works, it works. If not, then so be it. And as you can see, it didn't work. So, yeah, little mistake trade there to kind of shorten us down on the day a little bit, but kind of just a boring day. Broke our rules a couple times there on TSM, had a good trade there on JPM. So I think this is some good reassurance, especially after yesterday, that we just need to follow our rules, right? Just be patient, follow the rules, and we can, maybe get back on track here. So that's all I got for you today. Like and subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. Always appreciate that support. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.